My dad has a ring like yours, said the little girl. The young CEO froze in shock. The ballroom shimmered with gold light. Crystal chandeliers sparkled overhead, and the city's most powerful people stood in small circles, laughing, networking, pretending. At the center of it all stood Elena Cross, 29 years old, self-made billionaire, CEO of Crosstech Industries. Cold. Brilliant. Untouchable. Her black dress was simple but perfect. Her posture, flawless. And on her right hand, a distinct silver ring, engraved with a strange, ancient symbol. No one knew its meaning. No one had ever dared to ask. Until tonight. The unexpected interruption. Elena was mid-conversation with investors when she felt a gentle tug on her dress. She turned, slightly annoyed. A little girl, no older than 6, stood there. Messy curls. Bright eyes. A simple white dress. Completely out of place. "Ma'am," the girl said softly. Security noticed instantly. They began moving toward her. But Elena raised a hand. "Let her speak." The room quieted, curiosity spreading like wildfire. The little girl pointed at Elena's hand. At the ring. Then she said something that made time stop. "My dad has a ring like yours." The moment everything changed. Elena's breath caught. Her fingers stiffened. For the first time in years. She looked afraid. "What did you say?" Elena asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "My dad," the girl repeated innocently. "He has the same ring. He said it's very special." The room fell silent. Elena slowly knelt down, bringing herself to the child's level. "What's your name?" she asked. "Lily." "And your dad, where is he?" Lily pointed toward the entrance. "He couldn't come inside. They said he's not on the list." A past she buried. Elena stood up quickly. "Bring him in," she ordered. Security hesitated. "Ma'am, he's not." "I said bring him in." Her tone left no room for argument. As the guards moved, Elena's mind raced. It couldn't be. There were only 2 rings like that in existence. One, she wore. The other. She had spent 10 years trying to forget. The man at the door. Moments later, a man walked into the ballroom. Simple clothes. Worn shoes. A face marked by years of struggle. But his eyes. His eyes held something familiar. Something that made Elena's heart pound. And on his hand. A ring. The same symbol. The same design. The same past. The silence between them. They stood face to face. Years of memories crashed between them without a single word. "You," Elena finally said. The man nodded slowly. "Hi, Elena." Gasp spread across the room. The untouchable CEO. Knew this man? The truth begins to unfold. "What are you doing here?" Elena asked, her voice tight. "I didn't come for you," he replied calmly. "Lily wanted to see the place. I didn't know you'd be here." Elena looked at the girl. Then back at him. "And the ring?" He gave a faint smile. "You gave it to me." Flashback, 10 years ago. Elena wasn't always powerful. Once, she was just a struggling student with big dreams and empty pockets. And he was the one who believed in her. Supported her. Loved her. They had nothing, but they had each other. On his birthday, she gave him a simple ring. Someday, she told him, this will mean something. He laughed. It already does. The betrayal. But success changes people. Or at least, that's what he thought. When Elena got her first big break, she disappeared. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. He waited. Days turned into months. Months into years. Until he stopped waiting. Back to the present. You left, he said quietly. Elena's eyes flickered. You think I wanted to? Then why? He asked. The question hung heavy. For a moment, the powerful CEO looked like the girl she used to be. I was given a choice, she said softly. Leave everything behind, or lose the opportunity of a lifetime. And I was everything, he asked. Her silence was the answer. The real twist. Lily stepped forward, holding both their hands. Why are you sad? She asked. Neither of them answered. Then Lily said something unexpected. Dad says you were the bravest person he ever knew. Elena blinked. He says you didn't leave because you wanted to, but because you had to. Elena turned sharply. You told her that? The man shrugged. I never believed you left for no reason. The hidden truth. Elena took a deep breath. There's something you don't know. The room leaned in. The company that made me successful, she said, they didn't just offer me a deal. They gave me an ultimatum. Cut all personal ties. No relationships. No distractions. And you agreed? He asked. I had nothing else, she replied. I thought I could come back for you. But by the time I did, her voice broke slightly, you were gone. The final revelation. Lily looked confused. But you can be together now, she said simply. Silence. The kind that forces truth to surface. The man looked at Elena. You have everything now. Except the one thing that mattered, she replied. The ending that changes everything. He slowly removed the ring. Looked at it one last time. Then, instead of giving it back, he placed it in Lily's hand. This, he said, is a reminder. Of what? Elena asked. That some things are more valuable than success. He turned to leave. But paused. Without looking back, he said. You didn't just choose your future, Elena. You chose a life without us. Final scene. Elena stood frozen. For the first time in her powerful life. She felt powerless. The crowd was silent. The empire she built suddenly felt empty. And in the middle of it all, a little girl's innocent words echoed in her mind. My dad has a ring like yours.